Hey there, Lions News Fan Report family. It's your diehard insider back again with the roar you crave. So, if you're hungry for the juiciest rumor rocking Ford Field, you've come to the right place. Before we dive in, go ahead and drop. Oh, a like and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report so you never miss a speculative bombshell. Alright, let's get into it. Imagine this. Two of the fiercest edge threats in the NFL reunited under one roof, breathing down quarterbacks' necks side by side. That's right, word on the street is a former Pro Bowl pass rusher, someone who once commanded a $42 million payday, is knocking on Detroit's door, potentially slotting in right alongside our own Aidan Hutchinton. Could it be the perfect 1-2 punch this defense has been craving? Is it possible that Zadarius Smith, fresh off another dominant campaign, is headed back to Motor City to rekindle the magic of old? Think about what this pairing would mean. Hutchinton, coming off that brutal mid-season leg fracture, already carries the weight of expectation as the heart and soul of Detroit's front four. He's the young phenom whose explosive first step sent shivers through offensive lines last season. Now imagine channeling that raw, unbridled energy against the league's best, shoulder to shoulder with Smith, the veteran mastermind of pressure, whose presence alone demands constant double teams. Could these two together form a relentless tide that sweeps away opposition game plans? Let's rewind the tape for context. Back in 2022, Smith terrorized quarterbacks with 10 sacks and 54 pressures, earning first-team All-Pro nods and painting highlight reels with bone-crushing hits. Fast forward to the present, and he's still a disruptive force, inked to a short-term deal, but suddenly available thanks to cap gymnastics and unexpected roster moves elsewhere. Meanwhile, Hutchinson's rehab timeline is inching toward the finish line, and the front office clearly sees the value in surrounding him with proven talent. Fans are asking, could this be the blueprint for turning a good Lions defense into an all-time great? But hold on. Why wait to reveal the full scoop? Sources hint that Detroit's brass convened last week to map out a long-term defensive strategy, one that prioritizes not just youthful ceiling but also seasoned savvy. The rumor mill suggests that Smith's agent has been in discreet talks with the Lions cap guru. Could this mean a pre-draft surprise that flips the narrative on our off-season plans? Some insiders believe the team is teasing a blockbuster move to ignite ticket sales for training camp. Could that be why we haven't heard an outright no yet? Now, picture the reaction in the locker room. Young edge prospects watching from the sidelines, wide-eyed as Hutchinton mentors them on hand placement and explosiveness. Then add Smith's old-school grind mentality, an edge rusher who lived through 16 games of grinding NFL trenches and still came back swinging. Fans are already dreaming. Is this the dream duo that finally breaks our playoff curse? Or, just maybe, could this veteran leadership help guide Hutchinton to even greater heights? Let's talk numbers for a second. Combine Hutchinson's 11.5 sacks in just 14 games, with Smith's 10 sacks and 25 quarterback hits, and you're staring at a potential 20-plus sack tandem. Has any Lions duo ever threatened those figures before? The last time Detroit boasted such frontline firepower was decades ago, and we all know how that story ended. Could history be on the verge of repeating itself, only this time under Dan Campbell's fearless leadership? Of course, smart speculation also acknowledges the risks. Bringing Smith back means carving out cap space. Will the Lions have to choose between locking up interior stars or chasing this edge-rushing dream? And what about chemistry? Hutchinson's rehab demands careful management, while Smith expects a high snap count and championship-caliber defense calls. Could these two coexist seamlessly in Dan Campbell's scheme? Or will the playbook need tweaking to maximize their talents? One last thing. Training camp is on the horizon, and whispers suggest that word of Smith's potential return will drop during the team's first public practice. Imagine the grounds crew clearing extra stands, anticipating a crowd surge when these two giants line up together. Could that be the moment Lions Kingdom collectively loses its mind? We've only scratched the surface of this tantalizing possibility. The pieces are falling into place, the questions are stacking up, and only one thing's certain: this rumor has all the makings of a season-defining storyline. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to Lions News Fan Report so you never miss an update on this blockbuster story. Alright, let's pick up where we left off and dive into the final stretch of this tantalizing saga. Now that the rumors are reaching fever pitch, let's talk timing. Training camp officially kicks off in just a few short weeks, and insiders tell us Detroit's front office has penciled in a mid-August window for the official unveiling of Zadarius Smith's deal. Imagine the headlines: Lions bring back Pro Bowl edge master. Could this announcement land just before the first padded practice, sending shockwaves through the locker room and across social media? It's entirely possible. And if Smith indeed signs in that window, he'll have precious time to acclimate to Dan Campbell's defense and build on-field chemistry with Hutchinson before the preseason gauntlet begins. Speaking of chemistry, picture this: two ferocious pass rushers huddled up, trading notes on hand technique, gap assignments, and how to read an offense's protection schemes. Hutchinson, fresh off his painstaking rehab, could learn veteran shortcuts that only a player of Smith's caliber knows. In turn, Smith might benefit from Hutchinson's raw explosiveness and youthful zeal. Could this mentorship dynamic transform Detroit's defensive culture overnight? Fans on Reddit are already speculating that a dinner meeting between the two at Lions HQ sealed the deal. Whispers claim Smith looked Hutchinson in the eye and said, "Let's finish what we started." On the flip side, we have to consider potential hurdles. Locking up Smith means committing significant cap resources, which could force tough choices elsewhere on the roster. Will the Lions have to let a young cornerback test free agency or restructure a veteran interior lineman's contract to make room? Some analysts argue that bolstering the edge rush at all costs is worth the sacrifice, while others caution against mortgaging depth. Could Detroit's front office strike the right balance, or will this move force an uncomfortable roster shuffle? Only time will tell. As for the strategic impact on game day, envision Week 1 in Chicago. The smell of autumn in the air, roaring, crowds, and across the line, two relentless hunters bearing down on Justin Fields. That image alone sends chills down the spine of any opposing quarterback. But what if Detroit opts for a measured debut, holding Smith out of the opener to ensure Hutchinson's leg is fully primed? Imagine unveiling your secret weapon in Week 2 or 3, catching rivals off guard. Could that be the playbook script Campbell and defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn have planned? It certainly would keep opponents guessing and fuel more water-cooler debate. When will the Lions unleash their full defensive force? Let's not forget the human element of this tale. Hutchinson, determined to prove his resilience, has reportedly been watching old film of Smith's peak seasons, studying his every move. Meanwhile, Smith has posted cryptic Instagram stories from Detroit's practice facility, snapshots of cleats and turf with captions like, "Back in the den soon." Could these social media breadcrumbs be intentional teases, building momentum ahead of an official press release? Fans are poring over each post, counting down the days until the reveal. At the end of the day, this potential reunion of Hutchinson and Smith represents more than just adding talent. It's a statement about the franchise's identity. Are the Lions finally ready to invest in championship DNA, blending youthful exuberance with seasoned savvy? Could this be the pivotal moment that propels Detroit from perennial playoff hopeful to true Super Bowl contender? The pieces are moving, the questions are stacking up, and all that remains is for the team to make it official. But what do you think about all of this? Do you believe the Lions will officially announce Smith's return before training camp? Or will they hold off to fine-tune every detail? In your eyes, which game should serve as the grand stage for this dream duo's debut? I'm fired up to read your takes in the comments below. Let's get this conversation roaring in Lions Kingdom. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another rumor, insider update, or high-octane preview. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you at Ford Field.